header rules. Hello and welcome. In this tutorial, we are going to explore header rules. We will learn what header rules are, why they are useful, and how to configure them effectively in Haltdos WAF. A header rule helps us modify HTTP headers, cookies, and parameters in both requests, going to the backend servers and responses sent back to the client. This means we can add, remove, or override this element as needed without changing the existing application code. Many times, headers and cookies also contain important information, like authentication tokens, sensitive data, or security flags. In Haltdos WAF, you can use header rules for adding extra security headers or removing sensitive headers before sending a response to the client. We can also use header rules for modifying cookies or query parameters dynamically. Header rules give you this flexibility without making any changes in your existing application. Now let's try adding a header rule in Haltdos WAF. First, we will have to log into our Haltdos console page. Then, we will navigate to WAF. Here, you can see a list of listeners available. I will go with demo.com. I'll go on Rules and click on Header Rules. I'll click on the Add Rule button. Here, you will get to see multiple fields available. Before we go through each field one by one, let's try to understand the use case of the header rule that we are going to configure. Let's say your backend application is missing the X content type option header, which is a common header, which is used to prevent MIME-type sniffing attacks. Using a header rule, we can automatically add this header to every HTTP response. Our first field is rule name, so it must be unique and meaningful. It is a name given to the rule that we are configuring. As we are adding a header, so we will name it as Add Security Headers. Similarly, our second field, rule message, is just a short description of working of what the rule. It just tells what the rule does. Here I have written, adding X content type option header. Our third field is rule priority. That's just a number given to, for priority sequence to the number of rules. The lower the number, the higher the priority. By default, it is set to 0. We will keep it as 0. Our fourth field is URI. In this field, we have to add the URL or the regex pattern for which this rule applies. Remember, whatever the rule or regex we add in this field must belong to this domain. That is demo.com. So if we want this header rule to trigger for every URI, then we can simply add this wildcard. It means that this header rule will be triggered for every URI that belongs to demo.com. Now, next field is method. Here we will click, and you will see that these are just the HTTP methods listed here. You can choose any HTTP method. So, selecting post means this rule will work on only post methods. But I want my header rule to work for every HTTP method, so I will click on all. Now the second field is evaluation phase. Here we have two options, request phase and response phase. Here selecting request phase means we want to modify incoming requests, while selecting response phase means we want to modify the outgoing requests. So as we are adding a header, we will click on response phase. Now if we scroll down, we will see another field that is rule action. Here you will get to see multiple options available. In this field, you have to decide what do you want to do in this header rule. You want to add a header, you want to add a cookie, or you want to remove header or cookie, or whatever you want to do, you can simply choose on rule action. As we are adding a header, I will click on Add Header. Now, we have two fields left, Attribute Name and Attribute Value. In Attribute Name, we have to add the name of the cookie parameter or the header that we want to change. As we are going to add X content type option, so I have added X content type option in the Attribute Name field. But in the Attribute Value field, we have to assign the corresponding value. So here I will add the value which will be assigned to this header. Here I have added no sniff. It means this value will be added to this header. Now click on Save Changes button. Now every HTTP response passing through the WAF will automatically include X content type option with no sniff headers, boosting security instantly without touching the application code. Thank you.